Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Tuesday and we missed Thursday because my internet was out until 11:30 at night. So that was not a good thing. So yeah. Hello Julia, hello Dawn, hello Nightbot, hello everybody out there in Lurker land. I did get the trees done on this one tree stump here. I'm going to zoom on in and we're going to work on the water today. Zoom out just a touch so that we can get the full water in there. So I'm not completely moving it around. All right. Hello, Sue. Hello, Ivy. Welcome, welcome. All right, so let's get started. We're going to sharpen the pencil. I'm going to use wild basil. You guys probably can't see this a whole lot, but hello, Ivy. Oh, I already said hello to Ivy. Never mind. I'm going to go back to my coloring now because my eyes are playing tricks on me. Hello, Lori. Hello, Angela. Welcome, welcome. How was everybody's weekend? Bob is away this week. Hello, Angela. Lurk away, darling. Walk the doggy. Hello, Shannon. Absolutely finished that book. I rewatched your stream today because, of course, I finished with what I was doing for work just as you ended. I love that picture. I'm going to have to, once we get moved by that book. I really like that picture. I have to actually go through the book and see if I will like the rest of the book. Keep on having to remind myself sometimes that you can't just buy a book because you like one picture. Hello, Catherine. Welcome, welcome. You're not late. You're here. At least I didn't forget about stream tonight. Not like last Tuesday. Some days I worry about where my head is. So many things going on in it all the time. Still no movement on the house. We haven't even had any showings this last week. Not a single one. Nice. I like that page. Yeah, I know it was one of your bingo prompts. I have been neglecting the bingo. I have to pay more attention to it. Just run out of time so quickly and energy. I seem to have very little energy these days. I'm not sure why, if it's depression or frustration or what, but seem to run out of energy very quickly these days. Don't like it. Running out of energy, that is. Yeah, it's probably depression. And of course, it's been very, very cloudy. We've had a couple of really heavy rainstorms come through, which doesn't help me. I don't do well with cloudy and rainy. Okay. Now for this part up here. Okay. All right, now we're going to use Goodnight Kiss. You can. It all depends upon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You guys don't need to do that. It'll be fine. I just seem to fall asleep a lot really quickly and have no energy. Except for when I'm trying to go to bed. Hello, Bee. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back, Sue. I hope the puppy had a good walk. You're never annoying. I need to start getting packing on the kitchen, and I have no energy to do it. It's really starting to annoy me. I want to get it done, and then, we don't get movement on the house, and I go, what's the point? The point is that whether we get movement on the house or not, we're going to have to move, so might as well get things packed. And it's just a never-ending cycle with it. We would rather purchase because, what's the point of renting somebody else's house and paying their mortgage when we could pay our own? But if this house doesn't sell um, before our time frame ends, we're going to have to rent until this one sells, which is going to deplete our savings and the amount that we have for our down payment and all of that stuff. Okay. And I want to take this one. No, this one. But yes, if we don't sell the house here before we get to that point where we're getting too close to winter, then we're going to have to rent. This color is window glass. And we're going to use it just for emphasis on the water underneath the foam. And I have to figure out how to make my white pen work because I need it for the water foam. But for now, it's fine. They have not. No, work has not given us a deadline. I have given us a deadline because I don't want to be moving in the winter. Um, I have a mental thing when it comes to winter, so I don't want to be moving in the winter. So if we haven't sold the house by the end of September, we're going to be moving anyway and putting everything into storage, renting a place until we, like a furnished place, for a couple of months until we sell the house. The realtor that we have here says it should sell long before that happens, but nothing is ever guaranteed. So I'm going to use a nautical halcyon. Yeah, no, Bob's company has been really good about it. They've told him take as much time as you need. We'll just fly you back and forth until no longer necessary. And we will hold out here as long as we can. Like I said, I prefer to have it done by the end of September and finish the move by the end of October. That's my preference. Hey Nessa, welcome, welcome. Yeah, no, I was concerned about it too, and Bob brought it up to his boss, and his boss said, no, you do what you need to do. We got you covered, so which is good. All right, now I'm gonna dust this off. It is, it is going. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Okay, we'll go a little bit lighter to finish that off. So I'm going to use Eden Horizon as my blender there. There's something under my page. Oh, nice, Julia. Congratulations on selling the house. You didn't have it on the market very long. Hello, Noelle. Thank you, Nessa. Oh, well, that's nice. Hello, Lucy. Wish I could sell my house without listing it. Can't even sell it with listing it. Okay. Nice. That's always good. All right, now we're going to do the rocks. And we're going to start with Let's start with Street Ride. Yeah, we had a neighbor, um, her kids were looking at buying a house, her oldest daughter, and she came through. She just doesn't want to be that close to mom. And I don't really blame her. Yeah, her mom is 2 doors away, which would be great once they start having kids and whatnot, but her and her husband are still quite young, so just extending that shadow a little bit on the edge there. Okay. I love Adele's work, but sometimes you really have to look at it and study it for a moment to actually see the detail in what you're coloring to verify what it is. Sometimes her detail is very loose, and sometimes it's highly, highly detailed. This is one of her loose ones. Oh my goodness, Julia. That's cray cray. Be careful, don't hurt yourself. I am out of popcorn, sorry. That's another thing that's driving me crazy is I don't want to go and do a major grocery shopping just in case so that I don't have to pack and move a whole bunch of food. And I have food insecurities. So my brain is saying there's not enough food in the house, and my left side brain is saying, yeah, but we're moving soon, so I don't want too much food in the house. And the insecure side of my brain says, yeah, but we're gonna starve. The rest of my brain says, shut up. Yum, Lori. That's dangerous for my tummy. Um, oh, this is the wrong one. I want this one. Now we're going to use Opera Lullaby. Yeah, I have looked at an induction stove. I love getting new appliances, but then I overuse them the first week and then I don't want to use them anymore. Uh-oh. Who's messaging me? Oh, nothing important. Keep my phone in here, especially when Bob's away, just in case the realtor decides that he's going to show the house tomorrow. Sometimes I get texts at odd hours. Yep, yeah. I overdo it when I'm using a new appliance because I get all excited about all the different recipes it can do, and then I try them all and I mess them all up because I'm not used to using the machine, and the next thing I know, I'm irritated with it and I want to just step back and not use it anymore. Or Bob gets to a point where he really doesn't want to taste any more of these recipes because he's tired of them. He wouldn't actually ever say that to me, but I can tell sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, I had the same thing when it came to getting used to a convection oven. Took me a few tries to verify and ensure that I was using it properly so that the food wasn't burnt or undercooked. Now I'm going to have to learn how to use a gas oven again. Hello, Callie. I haven't used a gas stove um, since my oldest was 2. So yeah, over 30 years. So yeah, if we get a gas stove in the house, this will be interesting. All right, and I think that's it for what's in the water. Okay, and we're going to do this side over here. And I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Oh, pancakes for dinner is always a good thing. As long as you can eat pancakes. I cannot. I used to have pancakes for dinner all the time. I went on a huge thing for a long time when I was single and living alone, where I would make different crepes for dinner. I do savory crepes. That was good. I like savory crepes. Now I have a crepe pan and I don't make them. I keep on thinking I really should do that. Still haven't. It's been so long since I made crepes. A color choice for your bedroom. Um, I am horrible with paint colors for rooms. I prefer, creams and taupes and very muted, um, basic colors. White. I'm horrible with paint choices. I like everything to be a very cleanable, bright space, which is one thing that drives me crazy when I'm looking at houses, is the amount of walls I'm going to have to paint. Yes. Hello, Aspie. I was going to say, the only color that some people say is purple, but I'm not a huge person for too much color on the walls. Yeah, straw, sage green, light color, like muted colors like that I can do, but not not any sort of bright colors or colors that I would have to change in a year because I've changed my bedding. Yeah. Because yes, my walls need to match my bedroom furniture. Yes, I would have guessed that, Aspie. But it all depends upon your personal preference too. If you like your room really dark, go with a dark color. Nice, Aspie. Yeah. What color is it covering up? Like what color is it now? Because you have to take that into consideration too, is if the color that you're choosing is going to be dark enough to cover up the color that's there, or bright enough to cover it. Yeah, there has been some houses I've looked at that make me go, okay, I need a paint can. This one, but that's just my own preferences. Okay. Now we're going to do the grass areas down here on the rocks and up here and up here. We'll do these little areas and the grass areas down here, and then we'll start I really don't want to do more trees, but we've got more trees to do, so let's start with Brilliant Botanical. Eh, almost lost my pencil there. Yeah, I would go with a cream taupe sage green, like a light sage green, gray green. A pale, really light gray. Hello, Shannon. Yes, sage greens are really nice because of that. A lot of things blend very well with it that are calming colors in the bedroom. The builder of this house did a really nice choice of it's a sandy white color, So it's not quite beige, but or it's not quite white, but it's not quite beige. It's in between, and I really like it. All right, now we're going to use Castaway Harbor. Nope. Yeah. Nope. Beachside palm. Lurk away, dear, lurk away. I understand. I did see that I was out of frames, and I know that she came back to yell at me, so thank you for that. Read your book. You're fine. Nice. Just gonna put in some shadow here. So I have written down all of your prompts for July, Shannon. I just have not picked any pages out yet for it. To see if I have any male artists in my PDFs. I'm not going to get all of this month's done, but I gave it a good old college try. All right. Yeah, I have Kevin Teo in my PDFs. I also have oh, what's the other one? Scott. I have Scott's in there. I also have some oh, brain work. I hate it when I can't remember names. Bennett Klein. There we go. I can see his artwork. I have some Bennett Klein as well in PDF format. So I've got a few. I just got to see if there's any that have corresponding things to the rest of it. I like Kevin Teo's work though. And I have to see if I have anything with lots of hair. And I think I do because I've got um, Lana Green's stuff in PDF format. So hair shouldn't be too much of a trouble. Okay, so there's our grassy areas down there. Do our grassy areas up here. Yes, with the sage green, you can definitely get those blues to work. I am so boring when it comes to colors in my house. I like things very bright and airy. You doing Lana Green for hair and leaves? Yeah. That's what I was thinking too, for definitely for hair at least. Lana's the best choice. Lana or Mariola Bodek, and I can't remember if I have a whole lot of things of Mariola's in PDF format. Mariola Bodek is perfect for hair, but I don't think I have a lot of her stuff in PDF format. Shannon, Sue wants to know if you're done with your book, or almost. I know that she was lurking while she was reading, so because she had to get that book read. Oh, welcome back. You're welcome. Okay. All right, so now that's the greenery done for the grasses and the grassy areas. Now we're going to do the trees. So I need this one. Okay, I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. Okay. And then do this one. Well, there is a little house up here, and there's probably a bench up here somewhere. There's a little, All right, I need this one. I just haven't got to the little house area yet. See, I'm trying to get to a good point where I can decide whether or not this is a daytime or a nighttime page. That's why I'm getting all these little areas done first, because the larger areas are going to depend on whether or not I do it as a daytime or a sunset or sunrise. Now with the castle up here not having a lot of detail, it might be preferable to do a blackout on it and do it as a night sun setting or a sun rising area so that that can be blacked out properly with the lights coming through the little windows that are showing. That is what I'm thinking. I just have to get to the point of where where that's available and ready to go. Make sure it makes the most sense. So if I get these little areas done first, that'll give me the ability to add the lights and shadows depending upon the lights coming from the sky. All right, so now we're still going with the fall theme here. We're just going to go a little bit muted. So we're going to start with Seashell Story. There's a couple of branches in here, so we just got to make sure that we put those in. Okay. And then we're going to use Toasty Afternoon. Ooh, yeah. Well, I hope so. I hope they get it fixed. And then a little bit of rubber ducky. I always worry about the rubber ducky because it has a bit of a split in it. I must have dropped it or something and it cracked. Or it's just a split in the paint, whichever. But then we're going to go back over it, starting with the Seashell Story. And then toasty afternoon. And then a little bit of rubber ducky. Because rubber ducky, you're the one. All right. There we go. That's that side. And then we'll just do little bits. Like so. Okay. Now I'm going to do the walkway. We're going to do that. I want to do it a different color than the tree itself. So let's grab a different color here. I think we're going to use snake bite. It's a bit of a green brown, but it'll give us that dark color once we add the night sky in that. Oops. Sorry, I forgot to move you. Going the wrong way. It's a good thing I didn't do anything really. And once we add the darkness to it, it'll stand out a little bit better. Then we're going to take after dinner mint. Nope, nightcap. Good night, Julia. Have a great sleep. Thank you, Angela. Glad somebody else caught it because I almost didn't. Yeah, but if I didn't look up because I saw a chat move, I wouldn't have seen it. I probably would have gotten through the entire walkway without showing you what I was doing. Okay. Now I'm going to leave the house alone for now. There's a little bit of the walkway here. Comes out down here. A little bit of shadow there. Okay. That's that. All right, so that's all we're going to do with that. We're going to do the trees at the bottom. And by the time we're done with the trees at the bottom, we should be at time for tonight. We'll do the background maybe after. Maybe we'll do that first thing Thursday, and then we'll do our selection for the week as well on Thursday. So we're going to start with grizzly bear. Good night, Dawn. Got a few things I gotta do tomorrow. And see if we get any information from the realtor. All right, I use nightcap for the shadows on these trees here because they're further down. So they're going to be a bit darker. I'm just putting it in random areas. This is the seashell story. And then I'm going to use Scarlet Pout. And then Toasty Afternoon. And then Picnic Heat. Thank you, Angela. I'm going to go back with the Toasty Afternoon. And then we're going to take maybe a little bit of Salty Blonde. Blend it in a little. And a touch of rubber ducky. Like so. Just going back over the pink areas. Like so. Okay, now this one back here, we're going to actually do it green, just to break up those fall colors a little bit. So we're going to work with cocktail hour first. And I think this, trying to decide what this is here. It looks like grass, but it doesn't look like grass all at the same time. So it looks like kind of a bank. So we may have to decide what we're going to do with that. And sharpener. Now I'm using Terrarium Galore. Yeah, it looked like some kind of low bushes there, but definitely don't look like trees. All right, I want to go a little darker for these ones. So I need to grab different coloring here. So we're going to use Foliage Rustle and Jurassic Ferns. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll grab this one. I think it's this one. Yeah, Goodnight Kiss for our darkest color. But we're going to start with the Foliage Rustle. Okay. Now we're going to use Jurassic ferns. I think they're usually a smoky blue-gray color, right? I don't want to go too blue with the amount of water that's there, so I'm going to stick with more of the blue-green, gray-green colors after we get this area, the medium tones done. Purple red. I'd have to look. I thought they were a blue-gray color. Purple red would go okay. Maybe that's what we'll do on that side. Yeah, find one and send me a picture. 'Cause I thought they were blue, a bluish, purpley gray color. I could be thinking of a completely different plant, so. What I grew up calling different things, you guys call completely different than what I would, so. Like, uh, let's see, what is that? Oh, okay. So, I don't know if you guys can see that. That's very pretty. A lot of pinks in there. Pinks and purples and reds. A little bit of green. It's very pretty. Cool. It's very pretty. I think this bush over here would be okay with doing it that way. Looks a little short, but we can definitely use those colors in it. A lot more of the violet colors and not the blue-violet colors. Red-violet. What else did we find? Ooh, that's pretty too. That shows it more as a tree. That's really cool. Yeah, definitely lots of varieties. Hello, Mandy. 29 pages to go. You're going to be finished before I am. Well, you're going to be finished reading your book before I'm done before I'm finished coloring this tree or bush or whatever you want to call it. Now, is it a book you're enjoying reading, or is it a book that you're reading just because you were asked to, and you haven't enjoyed it? Is it one that you would pick up the sequel to? Yeah, and that's why I'll do it on this side, um, on the opposite side of the river here. I'll do the smoke tree over here because it will tie all those colors together with the greens, the pinks, and the purples. So that's a really good one to do on that other side there where we can tie it all together. Okay. Ah, okay. It's one in a series of ones that you guys are reading. And you would have do not finished it earlier today otherwise. I take it you're not enjoying it. Or is it just a frustrating book? Sometimes I find books frustrating. Oh, okay. It's the bad one in the series, so yeah, and I get frustrated when they have one in the series that is just, especially when it's in the middle of the series like that, because it deters you from reading the rest of the series. Well, it does me anyway. It's like, yeah, I've decided I really don't care. But you know that if you want to read that last book, you got to read this one. Oh, yeah. Second to last of 5,700 books. Oy vey. That's a lot of books. Is that how many books you guys are going to read this year or have read together? He has written what? You're so joking? Okay. It's like, that vast number alone would have deterred me from going near it. Yeah, there's 5,700 books in this series. I don't think I'm going to read it. I read the same series for the rest of my life. I would not be able to do that. Read the same author for your entire life of reading. Only his books. Well, yeah, I'm sure there's somebody out there that has or feels they have. Oh, depends upon what you verify as a book. What do you classify as a book? Yes. I know you were kidding. You were talking about a lot of books in there, but there are some people that say that they can and have read more than that in a year, but it all depends upon what they classify as a book. And some people what they classify as reading. is also a little different. Okay. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Uh, 3 page or 4 page books out of the children's section of the library. Not a book. Teen Beat magazine. Not a book. Okay. That's that side done. Now we're going to do this side. And we're going to start with California sunset. I missed that whole area of water. Are you slacking? And does subliminal reading count? So if you play an audiobook while you're asleep, does that count as reading it? No? Ugh, fine. If you're gonna be all that way about it. Okay, now we're going to add exotic eyeshadow. Sleep listening doesn't count. I can subliminally read a book all day long if I could do it in my sleep. I didn't watch any of it. I am not a big sports person. Okay, now I need um, trying to look for a specific color and I'm not seeing it. And I know it's here because I've used it previously on different things. Is it this one? Well, this one will work. But I need a little bit darker than that. I think this one. All right, I'm going to come in with some alpine cedar. on some of these leafy areas here. And then we're going to go over it with the blueberry cheesecake. Just for the edge here before we get into the blue. Green. Just to blend it into that purple. Okay. And then we're going to go back over it with the California sunset. I almost made it through the entire stream without sneezing. Okay, there we go. Oh, I just flung 3 pencils onto the floor with my brush. Okay, I'm going to zoom out so that you can see the whole picture. And there we have it so far. We've got some mountains and greenery here in the front grounds here, a mountain here, and then the castle, and then the skyline, and the little house here. And that is it. Good evening, Robin. And the foam down here, which I will be adding some white to. 4 pages left. I thought for sure you were going to finish before I did. I could take more time and blend it. That should give you some time. Felicimo. All right, so there we are so far. Thursday, we will finish up the background and this page. Then we'll go through and do our choices for our July prompts, which is fish, male artist, hair, teapot, tropical, and leaves. All right, so we'll pick those out on Thursday. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for coming and hanging out. Of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And of course, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye bye for now.